Walid Phares is our our Fox News terrorism and Middle East expert, and he's also the author of The Coming Revolution, Struggle for Freedom in the Middle East. Walid, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
And you know, the pull that the United States government must have in watching this and knowing what to root for is really immense.
Absolutely. It is very important, though, that we understand the genome of what has been happening over the past few days. In the beginning of the demonstrations, about 75% or more of the demonstrators were peaceful part of civil society, doctors, lawyers, students, and what have you.
And let me just stop you there. And what did they want? So they went out and they protested. Why?
Those who are protesting without violence wants reforms, economic reforms, political reforms, and freedoms, basic freedoms. And let me tell you one thing. It started all with a Facebook call for demonstrations. 80,000 or 85,000 by now faces were projected on Facebook calling for the demonstration. That is not the Muslim Brotherhood. The Muslim Brotherhood came later when they saw that these civil society demonstrations are moving forward, they're not going backward. Now the Muslim Brotherhood and the other radical elements, there are many in Egypt, are trying to say, oh, we are behind that, and we want to establish an Islamic State, and Mubarak should go. Yeah. So now Washington is in front of a very difficult situation because of past mistakes. We have not partnered with these young people, with these NGOs. Either we spoke to Mubarak alone, or some in our foreign policy were thinking of talking to the Muslim Brotherhood. Now, they are in the Muslim Brotherhood, and I agree with Ambassador Bolton. If they take over, we're going to have a big game changer in the region.
Give us a flavor for those of us who don't know Egypt that well. What's been so bad in Egypt?
Well, Egypt as a country, to us as Americans, has been an ally in the war against Al-Qaeda. It has been since Sadat a partner in the peace process signed with Israel. These are good points for Egypt. On the inside, the Mubarak regime has been acting as an authoritarian, not probably a pure dictatorship, but as an authoritarian. And therefore, civil society forces who are growing because of globalization, who are looking at what's happening around them. They saw the Cedars Revolution of Lebanon, the Green Movement of Iran, Tunisia. They are online. Many in the diaspora have influenced them. So they want more freedoms. And Mubarak is afraid to give them more freedoms because then those who are tougher and more radical, the Muslim Brotherhood, will come in. Now, what was our policy? Our policy was to stick with the status quo. We pay a lot of money, that's true, $1.5 billion or so, to the Egyptian government, but we have not actually engaged with the civil society NGOs because we were told in the State Department that the Muslim Brotherhood are more important. So we have been engaging with the Muslim Brotherhood. So now we have the results.
So we have also been worried. Is that what you're trying to say? That we have also been worried that if we sowed the seeds of discontent over there at all, we'd wind up with a government backed by the Muslim Brotherhood?
Look, what happened in Tehran a year and a half ago when in June of 2009, 1.5 million people took the streets. These are people for freedom against the Ayatollahs. What was our position then? We don't meddle. Well, imagine if Reagan would have said that about the Polish, Solidarity Union. We should have actually engaged with civil society much earlier. Now we have them moving forward, civil society, without political leaders that we can identify. The only leaders that we can see now going to be leading the movement are Muslim Brotherhood and radicals. So we are in a pretty difficult situation at this point in time.